Yo guys, as you probably read in the title, I am going to showcase Satsu's Iron Man mod today. As you can tell, it's all about becoming Iron Man. In order to even become Tony Stark, we do have to craft the Arc Reactor first. In order to craft the Arc Reactor, we do have to craft the quartz circuit first though. The arc circuit we can craft with 2 iron, 2 quartz in the middle and 2 copper at the bottom. With which we can then create the arc reactor like this. Once we crafted the arc reactor, we can pull it on and now you are just like Tony Stark. What we are able to do now is pull on the Mark I, which he built in a cave with a box of scraps.
It's impossible. Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
In order to craft all these suits, we do have to make a blueprint first, just like this. After we crafted this blueprint, we can go in our inventory, select powers, and there you can see every single Iron Man suit that is in this mod. There are over 50 suits or something, I believe. There is every suit from 1 to 85, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it goes, as you can see, 31. So basically it has all the suits that you can see in the MCU. Mark 1 is already unlocked automatically, so you just press on Get Blueprints, and now you have the first 4 blueprints to craft the Mark 1. To craft the different armor pieces for Mark 1 and Mark 2, we have to get the Mark 1 chestplate blueprint, put iron around it, and then we got the chestplate. This process you do with every single armor piece. Now, the first 3 marks are all just an armor that you can pull on, which will then become your suit. Because the first 3 suits did take a lot of more effort to put on, as we see in the MCU. So basically, in order to put on the suit and activate it, we have to craft these armor placement blocks first, with which we then can activate our armor with V. As you can see, it is a palladium add-on, and we now have the suit equipped. We can open our mask and it looks just like Iron Man. Since it's the first suit that we see in the cave, we still have the normal flamethrower, with which you can set mobs ablaze. Also, we do have a flight ability, which isn't as fast, and as you can see, the animation isn't as good, because it is the first mark, which was pretty heavy. We also have the missiles, which you will see in every suit. Now, in order to craft Mark III, we have to craft these iron and gold alloys first, as it was the main material that Tony Stark used later on. The recipe is pretty much the same, but with iron and gold alloy, and now we can activate the first red and gold suit that he made. This suit can now finally fly like Tony Stark did with all his other suits. As you can see, we also have a beam, which we can make bigger with the Shift and 4, or whatever the keybind is. But yeah, we can shoot a beam. We can also select other abilities now. We not only have the missiles, which also come out of 2 arms now, we also have this ability, which will basically shoot 4 strong projectiles, I'm pretty sure. Then we got the flare, which stuns your enemies. And this suit also comes for the first time with the ability to shoot with left and right click. So you can basically shoot while flying around your world, which is really good. You can also do that with the beam, which comes out of your Arc Reactor, by the way. Now let's continue with the first unique Iron Man suit, the Briefcase. We can carry the suitcase around just like in the movie, and now we can finally always transform without placement blocks, like this. This, to be honest, it looks extremely sick. As you can see, we pull it out of the suitcase, as we can see in the movies. But other than that, it doesn't really have new features, besides being the first suit that you can just normally put on. Now let's continue to the Mark 6, which we can call Within Bracelet. Let's go and press V, and you will see how he spawns in front of us. Great animation, to be honest. Great function. Great feature. Whatever you want to call it. Also, you can just press V again and you will see the suit being here, and you can just walk inside of it to transform. This suit also doesn't really have new features, but it does have the ability to shoot a red mini beam now. I mean, yeah, what would you have thought? Of course it does damage. And it sets the enemy ablaze. There's also another new ability though. We can now shoot with our arms. We can now shoot lasers with our arms. Also, I forgot to mention that these lasers can actually fry your items, so you should be pretty careful. There, as you can see, we have these boots on the ground, and if we shoot it, it will disappear. So you gotta be pretty careful also when killing mobs, because if you do this too long, you will also fry the loot that they drop. Now, most of the suits use the bracelet, but let's talk about the unique suit, the Mark 42, aka the Prodigal Son. Because with this one, you can now put on single body parts, like the left leg, or the right hand. Or if you want, you can just put the whole body on. And to be honest, this animation looks great. There's not really a flyaway animation, as you can see, but just the suit up animation looks great in my opinion. And yeah, you can fly around. I'm pretty sure it's faster than the previous suits. I mean, the Mark 42 is pretty far, because in this mod you have to craft them in order, by the way, like Mark 1, Mark 2. It takes a lot of grind, because every single suit costs XP, by the way. And other than that, it doesn't have new features, it's just a pull-on. And more durability. Every suit gives you more durability and more flight speed. I forgot to mention that it also gives you more strength, so you don't really have to rely on your weapon. You can also just punch, take a punch, and then you also do a lot of damage depending on what suit you are wearing. Now let's talk about the Mark 50, the first nanotech suit. Basically, you pull on a ship, and as you can see, we already see it on the right side of our screen. Now before we talk about the nanotech suit, or before I show you the nanotech suit, we do have to talk about the energy first. As you can see, next to our abilities we have an energy meter, which depletes if we use the suit. But you can refill it if your Arc Reactor runs out of energy. To refill your energy, you have to get these arc energy blocks, and you place them, and then you just go onto them. and you pretty much recharge your energy, as you can see. There is a way to get more energy capacity though, which I am gonna show you any second. Now if we go into the power tab of the Arc Reactor, we can see that we can also upgrade the Arc Reactor, which as you can see will give you more energy. This one gives you 20k maximum, then this one gives you 80k maximum, and at last this will give you the ability to always recharge your energy. Now to upgrade your suit or your Arc Reactor, you do have to get these blocks in the off version though. You can't craft them, so basically all you have to do is hold it in the hand, press V, and then you got one that is turned off. Now the different Arc Reactor upgrades actually change the look of your Arc Reactor. As you can see, it's now more like a circle. The 80k maximum power will look like this, which is basically the Nanotech Arc Reactor, and the maximum unlimited energy also has the same design. Now let's get back to the Nanotech armor. We just go ahead and press V. Boom. And we can see the suit up just like Tony Stark did. From where did that come from? Bro, the animation looks so good. Like, we all... I'm pretty sure we all have the opinion that it looks like magic in the movie. Like, he just pulled out all these abilities out of his bag. You know, those drones and stuff. But to be honest, in this mod pack, it looks so great. That's actually nice. Now this suit actually comes with new abilities, such as the nano grenade launcher, next up we have the nano vial, which also does nothing, if I'm right. Yeah. Pretty sad, but it does have a new design, which kind of makes it nicer. Also, you can see it in first person, which is great. So next we got the nano cannon, which again is just design, but looks great. Now, if we go ahead and press the swap ability keybind, we have a lot of more features. Now let's see the first one, increase beams. Now, still not sure, oh yeah. So this one basically shoots 2 beams instead of 1. Then we got the bag missiles ability. Yeah, which will also trigger those drones. Right, next up is this ability, which will shoot a giant ball. Or whatever that is supposed to be. Then we got the nano hammers, which, I don't know, probably if a mob is between it, it will damage the mob. Let's test that real quick. Oh. Yeah. Pretty much you just have to get a mob between your ability. Next up we got enable sword. Pretty sure this is just going to enable a sword with which you can attack enemies. Yeah, as you can see, that one-shotted. So it gives you a sword. Then we got the nano blades, which have this ability. And the nano handblade, which is again a sword, a pretty good sword. Now we got the nano repulsor shield. Boom! Doesn't that look crazy? It literally just summons this shield out of your hands. And then last, we got these stabilizers, which are for the flight, of course. Now I'm pretty sure they are just visuals in this mod pack, but yeah, it's still in pretty good addition. Now another great feature on the Nanotech suit is, if you turn it off and turn it back on, it will go back on with all the abilities you had equipped. Now let me show the Nanotech 85, his last suit that he made. This one can equip singular parts that you had. Oh, also we can see it also saves the weapon that you had equipped. And that is pretty much the look of the 85. Oh! It actually has this electro thingy. Yeah. Where Thor shot at it.
Okay, Thor, hit me.
Now this mod doesn't only give you suits, it also gives you the AI cards. You can create stuff like Jarvis, Friday, Edith and stuff, Karen.
Hey, suit lady. I kind of feel bad calling you suit lady, you know? I think I should probably give you a name. What about Karen?
You can call me Karen if you would like.
Yeah, you can basically craft every single AI card that we know from the MCU, or even Ultron. Now if we go ahead and put on an AI card, we can now equip our suit. Friday will save full energy, and we can see our energy on the top left now. The AI actually has other abilities than just showing you the energy. It can also give you night vision, as you can see right there. It can give you the ability to see through walls, to see enemies or mobs through walls. And I'm not really sure why the AI can do that, but the AI can also cook food. Isn't that nice? Now as you can see, if we go out of the suit, the night vision will also turn off because we don't have our AI anymore. Now how do we prevent this? Well, there's an easy fix for this, which are the Edith Glasses. If we go ahead and put them on, we now have all the AI abilities with the glasses. See through walls while having the glasses on, while not being in the state of Iron Man. Now the last feature, and probably the best feature that the AI has, is the Sentry Mode. We can now go out as our suit. I'm not really sure why we see a Steve though, but as you can see, we are not actually inside of the suit, which is great. Yeah, if we de-transform, go out of the suit, we do have to go back to the suit though, or we go back with the suit. Wait, what happens if we do this with the Nanotech? Alright, so this is the Mark 80. So now let's see, can we do the Sentry Mode? We can! But that doesn't really make sense. Isn't like the whole thing that it goes out of his Arc Reactor? We just had Nanotech as a sentry. And if you go to near the game bugs, because that's not supposed to happen. Now, even though that's pretty much it for the video, there is a lot of other suits, like this one, which can change its color. At night it will be automatically black, and on day it will be automatically red. And you will also be able to go invisible with some of the stealthy suits. Not only it has every suit, it also have the different functionalities of the suits. So if I want to see every suit, like sometime a showcase of every single suit and the abilities, I can do one if you want. There's also the Midas suit, which is basically the fastest suit, and it will have basically in flash-like animation, you know. No, thanks for watching this showcase / tutorial, and I hope we see us in another video or in live stream. And with that, I would say goodbye and have a good day.